You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
CNN panel ignites as conservative suddenly admits American dream is broken, based on an article by Sarah K. Burris. Billionaire politics, Red Scares, and the empty shell of communism. The real story. The source is not really about democratic messaging. It is about a ruling class that has made ordinary economic life harder, then reached for anti-communist theater when people notice. The panel accidentally said the quiet part out loud. Americans are angry because the economy rewards billionaires, not work, and Trump is one of the beneficiaries sitting at the top of that system. Who holds power? Trump has institutional power. So do the Republicans who spent years whittling away rules and protections in the name of trickle-down ideology. The panel's own language points to the obvious. The problem is not a misunderstood economy, but a captured one. When a billionaire president decorates the state in gold and talks like a performer in a palace, he is not hiding the class hierarchy. He is advertising it. The usual misdirection, the familiar trick, is to accuse the dissatisfied of wanting communism as if a fair wage, rent that can be paid, and a job that covers bills were radical demands. That is not analysis. It is a scare script aimed at people who are supposed to forget who actually broke the bargain. The source makes clear that younger Americans do not find that rhetoric convincing. They are less frightened by old Cold War labels than by the concrete reality of being priced out, replaced, and lied to. What the panel accidentally admits, there is one revealing moment here. Even a conservative figure concedes that Americans want a fair deal. That is the center of the story. Not socialism as a banner, but social conditions that no longer function. The panel is circling a truth it does not fully name. When college does not lead to a stable job, when housing is out of reach, and when wealth visibly concentrates upward, people stop buying slogans. They do not need a lecture about communism. They need an economy that is not rigged against them. Democrats should not waste this. The useful part of this discussion is not that Democrats found a clever line. It is that the Republican project has exposed itself. Trump's gilded taste, billionaire politics, and anti-communist panic are not separate stories. They are one strategy. Distract from extraction by screaming about ideology. Democrats should not answer that by pretending the system is fine and merely miscommunicated. The message is not the problem. The theft is the problem. The pattern. This is how oligarchic politics works in public. Damage the social contract. Privatize the gains. Then insult the people who notice. Call it capitalism when the rich are enriched. Call it communism when workers ask for basics, and call it messaging when the real issue is power. The story is less about how to talk about the economy than about who gets to define reality, while everyone else is told to be grateful for the wreckage. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article. With the automated voice of Clara, thanks for listening.